We've all been there, right? Staring at that blank page, the little cursor just blinking and blinking. It's like this tiny, demanding void. But what happens when we ask an AI to fill that void for us? When a perfectly formed sentence just appears? Who really gets the credit? Okay, let's dive into this fascinating question of authorship in the age of AI, based on the work of Hobdam's Nash Abra.
So let's just ask it, straight up. Who wrote the final word? It sounds like a simple question, doesn't it? But trust me, this thing has spiraled from a simple literary debate into one of the most profound philosophical challenges of our time. And it really does all start with that blinking cursor. So in this first section, we're going to explore how that simple, pulsing line has come to represent a huge philosophical challenge in the modern age. See, this is where the whole game changes. We're moving way beyond a simple question of, who gets the byline. With generative AI, we are fundamentally questioning the very definition of creation. When a machine can produce a conclusion, where does the real authorship actually lie?
So to figure that out, we first need to kind of peek under the hood and understand what the machine is actually doing. Let's explore these so-called echoes in the machine and this idea of statistical synthesis.
Okay, so this is the crucial point to get. Generative models don't invent things from scratch. They are masters of synthesis. They take what already exists out in the world and they reassemble it in new and often very logical ways. They aren't creators in the human sense of the word. They're more like, well, incredibly sophisticated compilers.
And this quote just nails what that means. The AI's output is made of statistical echoes. It's weaving a new tapestry for sure, but the threads, they're all pulled from this immense library of all human writing it was trained on. So, is its voice really its own? Or is it the voice of a million ghosts from its training data?
Which, of course, brings us to the other absolutely crucial side of this partnership, the human. This section is all about our role as the architect of intent.
What a powerful idea, right? The machine might be the builder laying all the bricks, but we are the architects. We design the space, we set the parameters, we define the entire purpose. We whisper our desire into the engine and then we hit enter. Without that initial spark from us, that void just stays empty.
And this breaks down that partnership perfectly. On one side, you've got the AI's data-driven brilliance. It synthesizes everything and gives us an answer. But then, on the other side, you have the human. We provide the intention. We select the output, and crucially, we're the ones who ask the original question. It's this perfect balance of processing power and human purpose. So, if both are contributing so much, when is the work actually finished? This leads to a really fascinating concept, a moment of surrender. And this is really the climax of the whole argument. It's not about one side winning or having the last say. The final word is a point of mutual surrender. The human stops prompting and editing, and the machine stops generating. It's a shared conclusion, like a handshake. Just think about that for a second. The finality isn't some property of the text. I mean, the AI could keep revising forever if we let it. The final word is actually a human action. It's the conscious decision to say, okay, this is complete. Our choice is what makes it final.
So, where does all this leave us? We've talked about the machine's role, the human's role. Now, in our final section, we're going to explore what this means for responsibility. It leaves us with what the source calls the burden of the question.
And here it is. This is the ultimate takeaway. The AI can generate countless answers, and they can be eloquent and logical and brilliant. But the responsibility, the weight, the consequences, the actual burden of asking the question in the first place, that remains entirely with us.
Which leaves us with a different and, maybe a much more important final question. Maybe we shouldn't be asking who wrote the text. Maybe the real question we need to be asking for every single piece of AI-generated content is this: who signed this off? Who took responsibility for it? That's something to think about.